It's springtime. It's time to start landscaping your yard, getting the garden ready. Digging in the yard seems relatively simple, right? Well, did you know that every 9 minutes an underground utility line is damaged? And when you start digging without knowing where utility lines are, yeah, that's what happens. You and your neighbors are sitting in the dark. That is why 811 offers its services for free for you. That's right, so that you can know where you can dig safely without causing any kind of damage. April is National Safe Digging Month, and we want you to be safe when you dig for all of those DIY projects. So with us right now is Howard Corey with North Carolina 811 to talk to us about how 811 can help you dig safely and keep you from taking off all those lights. We're taking your questions. You can get those questions to us by texting them to us, 336-379-5775. All right, so first and foremost, Howard, the question is 811, what is it? Is it free? How do we navigate 811?
Very good question. In fact, that was just scary what just happened, because that can actually happen. You know, I was sitting here watching my favorite news, WFNY News 2, and the lights went out and my TV went out. Unfortunately, that can happen if somebody decides to do their project around their house and not call 811 before they dig. So we at NC 811, we're the notification center. So for all the homeowners that are getting outside with the weather being so nice and they want to do their DIY projects, they need to call 811 before they dig, because they don't know what underground utilities may be in that area. So we serve as the communication link between them and the utilities in the area. So when they contact us by calling 811, we'll notify the member utilities in the area, and then they'll come out and mark those utilities. That's where you start to see the paint and flags starting to show up, and that's identifying what the utilities in that area. And so best thing you can do is just move away and stay away from them if at all possible. They'll send professional locators out and they'll locate them, and best of all, they'll do that for free.
We love that. We love free stuff. So to make sure that you don't have to pay more for your own DIY projects. All right, so some people are going to say, do I need to do this every time I dig in my yard, or is it something I should do when I have a fence or when I'm trying to do the invisible fence for my dog, or what?
Oh, that's a good question. Every time you dig, you need to call, because you don't know when a utility has come through and upgraded or installed a new facility that maybe you weren't home when they did it. So you never know what may be happening underground that you can't see. So we say, since it's a free call us every time we get to do that project.
Okay, right now we have a graphic up that says, how does 811 work? The first is notify, so that means, they're going to call you. And then it says wait. So how long is the wait time?
Very good. So you can call us by 811 is the easiest way to do it anywhere in North Carolina. And then the law says you have to wait 3 full business days. So if you contact us today, then you have to wait 3 full. So you wait Friday, Monday, Tuesday, you can go to work Wednesday. Weekends and holidays don't count. That 3-day window allows those utilities time to go out and get their facilities marked, so you'll know exactly where they are before you dig.
Right, because it takes some time to get those people out there to locate that. They've got to pull it up and figure out where all their lines are on your property.
Give you an example, in the area you're in Greensboro, they may have several hundred locates a day.
They do how many locations a day?
Several hundred.
Several hundred, okay.
Yes, so that, you're right, it takes them a few days to get around to all of those. So wait 3 full business days before you go to work. You'll start seeing the flags and paint show up in the yard. And then the next thing that happens is we'll tell you to check the status of that locate. And if you give us your email when you contact us, we'll send you an email back and say, this is how each utility responded to your request. And it lets them know they located it, no conflict, or they may say, I need to talk to you. We've got something going on here. So that's important, and we encourage people to always do that. You check through the email that we'll send you, or you can call us and check on the status of that before you begin to work.
All right, and sometimes they use like spray paint, or sometimes they use flags.
Sure. Yeah, they can use either one or both.
And so some people might say, okay, well, I see that the spray paint is here, but I'm sure that line is like 6 feet down. I'm sure I can dig like just 1 foot. So what do you say to that?
Yeah, we get asked that question quite often, and I always say shallow digging is still digging. assume as soon as you put a shovel in the ground, you may hit something because you might. Not that that utility was installed shallow. It could have been installed at an appropriate depth, but erosion over the years, or someone decided to take some dirt over the top of that, take it off, then that utility was shallower than it was when it was installed. So it's not worth guessing. Just assume as soon as you put your shovel in the ground, you may hit something.
All right, so we've got a graphic up right now, and it says keep those utility markings up because it says more than 10% of excavation-related damages with specific known causes can be traced to someone who failed to maintain the utility markings. So that's yourself or your neighbor or somebody else who doesn't see that flag because you took it out.
That's right. And I know it's tempting if you're out cutting the grass and you see those flags, but they were put there for a reason. Whoever's doing that excavation, it may be you as the homeowner, or it may be a professional excavator installing some new cable or water, sewer, gas, or electric lines, and they need to know where it is. And so they're trying to protect that. And I know they're tempting, especially for kids, want to pull the flags up and play yard darts and move them around. And we encourage people, don't do
Don't
that.
let that happen.
They mean something to somebody, and we especially wouldn't want anybody to get hurt.
Okay, we're going to talk about that when we come back after the break. You can continue to text us your questions, 336-379-5775. We're going to talk about what happens if you do hit something and you knock something out. That's coming up next.